Okay, so let's begin. So yesterday we talked about visa research, how to create qualitative and qualitative research questions, and we came up with 5 questions, and we asked you guys. I asked you guys to, complete the question and then submit that as assignment. So I'm just going to. So I have so many questions. So I have so many questions. I don't know who this is Priska question. This is Oluwafemi did not complete the is I don't know if it's a she or a he question. This is Zainab's question, and this is Opeyemi questions, and this is Kemi's question. So there are some person's questions that I did not review, but don't worry, I'm going to do that when you submit your assignment. So I'm just going to, merge some person's questions together to just, create answers. So let me use, I saw somebody's question that I love the beginning of the question. So I'm just going to take Blessing's question, and so I'm going to add Blessing's questions to my own. So I'm just going to use the beginning of our question, and then I'm going to add, like, these are 10 questions. So her own is going to be the first 5, and my own is going to be the last 5 questions. I think one of them is actually same thing, but don't worry, just use it. So now we've created a question to ask our user. Now we've created a question which is more like the first part of the research, where we have to do survey, and all interview, questionnaire, survey, and all, where you gather either the focus group or one-on-one questions. And then we want to create I want to get number of persons that will answer the first one and number of persons that is going to answer the second one. And then from the answers, we'll use the answer to create, maybe get one information from Blessing and maybe Kemi, and then we'll use it to create a user persona, which is going to be on the page 2. So now to get the analysis, like to measure the numbers of persons that actually choose option A or option B. So what I'm going to do is now this is where we have to use Google Form to work. So let's create this question, add them option using Google Form, and then I will share the question on the group, and then everybody will answer the question. So I want to switch my email. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So you know where. Okay. So if you know where to get your Google Apps. Remember I said for brainstorming, we are going to use FigJam, we are going to use Google Doc, we are going to use Google Slides. Remember, we're going to use Google Form, we are going to use Google Meet. So Google Meet is like one-on-one. Let's say you want to do it virtually. So you're going to use Google Meet for one-on-one. You're going to use Google Doc for, writing things, for people that love how to write. Instead of, they don't want to write with pen and paper, they will just, document it here. So we use Google Slides to just, add our question, and then we use Google Form. So most of the times, what I normally do, I do everything on FigJam. Depends to do. Different persons have their own way of doing it. But me, Helen, what I normally do is everything, my questionnaire, everything is always on it's always on FigJam. The only time I use Google too is just when I want to have one-on-one research interview questions, and then I use Google Meet, and then I use Google Form. Google Form helps me to helps me to show the number of persons that picked maybe option A or option B or option C. So I'm going to create a new Google form. So this is how to create a Google form. So you go to this multiple dots, you select Google form, and then you open it. Then you come here, you say this untitled to you. So I'm going to use, I'm going to say, um, um, so what we're trying to build. So what we're trying to build is a food app. So I'm going to say food app. Food app interview questions. So you can choose to give me whatever name. You can choose to add a description here. Something trying to solve problem, just do something like that. So I'm just going to use, okay, I'm just going to pick, it's going to be 5 questions. So, but yeah, I'm just going to pick random from I am blessings question. I'm just going to pick 5 questions and then, use it here. So I'm going to come back to this Fig Jam here. So let me just take this tab to this place. I'm just going to do more of copy and paste to save time. So I'm just going to pick her number 1 question. What do you think about food app? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste this. So I just want them to, this should be like, what do you think about this? So this is going to be like a checkbox. Good. What do you think about food app? Good. So I'm going to say add option. So here it's going to be like very good. And so this is going to be very bad. So I'm taking this one. So I want them, I require them to answer this question. I think this is okay, this is multiple choice. This is checkbox. Yeah, I want a checkbox just to pick one. So I'm going to duplicate and then I will come here. I will come back to this question. What are your experience using? So let me see if I can you describe your, so this is more like writing. Can you describe it? Okay, I think these questions are the same thing. What are your experience? Okay, so I'm just going to use her question 2 and then come to this place. I will just paste here. What are your experience with food? So I'm just going to use the same good, bad, and also I'm just going to come here again. I will duplicate the question, or you can come here to add a question, but I prefer duplicating. It's easier for me. So what are your challenges? So I'm just going to, what factors are important when selecting? So what are the factors? Now, all these options will determine the question you've asked your user one for one. So I'm just, assuming options, but I'm just assuming options because I did not ask anybody, but I'm just teaching you. But what you have to do is you will have to have one-on-one interview question before that to determine the options, because different person will tell you what are the factors that important when selecting. I would love to read. Some will tell you read the description of food. Some will tell you um check when selecting, check the price. Check the price. I'm just assuming. Check the price. This description S is missing. So we tell you select. So we'll tell you. So we say select multiple options of extra meal and something. I'm just imagine. So I want you guys to tell me some things again. What are the most important when selecting food? Let's say somebody should just give me some options, please. I'm not teaching you guys. We are trying to work together. This is not teaching. This is more like practical. Remember, I said Sundays are meant for practical. So I need your suggestion. You can drop it as a comment or you can just unmute and tell me.
Okay, I think reviews from other customers.
All right, thank you very much. So reviews. So do we have any other one to add?
Yes, like the parts where you want to cancel an order.
Okay, cancel an order. Okay. Another person.
I think checking the menu, like checking the food menu to like for you to select the one kind of food you want to buy.
Okay. Okay, I think we are good with this. I don't know if this English is correct. Select multiple options. Okay, so the next one, track order. All right. Track order. So the next one we are going to, so now we've asked some questions. So you can come here to preview your question. So you can come here to preview your question. So it's showing that I've not published yet. So you can come here to, just see your question going to look like. So we need extra one, and then so I'm just going to use 5. Okay, let's just make it with all some of the question. Why do you prefer? So I'm just going to use, sorry, I'm going to copy this question. So I'm going to copy this question and come here. So I'm going to close this tab here. So I'm going to copy this question here. So why do you prefer to order food online? Save time. So I'm asking you guys a question. Why do you prefer to order food online to cooking? Why do you prefer ordering food online to cooking at home? So I'm asking you guys question, and let's go. So you guys should give me your
It says
option.
stress.
Eh?
Stress.
I'll say taste and flavor.
Here's what?
Taste and flavor.
Stress.
Taste and flavor.
Convenience.
To avoid long wait time or long wait time as well.
Am I getting this convenience? Or I'm missing it out?
Okay.
It's not correct. Taste and flavor. Yeah, I've done that. So somebody said something. To avoid what?
I said it says stress.
Come again.
It
Avoid long
says
wait time.
stress.
Okay.
Oh yeah, one person. Oh yeah, type. Okay, Choma said taste and flavor, which I've done that. Convenience. Somebody says, okay, I said save time. Economical. Okay.
Less stress.
Less stress. Yes. To reduce stress. Food freshness. So are you trying to group order? Okay.
To satisfy craving.
Group order. So somebody says less stress. Less stress is not the same thing as save time. To reduce stress. That what I'm reduce stress cheaper and okay, quick and fast. So I think we are good with this, quick and fast. So the next, okay, I think this is okay. So let's just go with this. For people that contributed, thank you very much. So the next one is why do you choose to do variety of choice? Yeah. Okay. So have you experienced who is still tagging me when we are teaching? You're doing nothing, somebody is tagging me. Have you experienced delay issues in delivery? So I'm going to use this question. So this is going to be yes, yes. This is going to be no, and this is going to be maybe. So you can choose to just make it yes or no. You can choose not to add any other thing. So I'm going to duplicate this. So then the last one, I'm going to use, okay, let's add this, and then what payment option do you prefer? So this was what I talked about yesterday. So we tell you card. So we have card, we have bank transfer. Do we have any other method? USDT. Do we have any other method? So these are the two that I know that are common. So people that have been ordering things online, what are the payments method that you've been using? Because I know these are the two I normally use most of the time.
You also have
Guys,
USSD.
using bank cards.
USDT like this.
Yeah, USSD is also part of the options.
Oh. Wallet balance.
So
Thank you
using
very
bank
much.
cards. PayPal option.
Also using
Some of
bank
them
card.
might be able to accept
It-
crypto too.
For food, you want to use crypto, all these things. Okay, let's add this. What did you call it? Crypto.
Yes, crypto.
What did you call it? Okay, buy crypto.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I think these are okay. So, and then we'll just go with one more. So I think I saw cash on delivery. Thank you very much. Very important. So this is going to be cash on delivery. Thank you very much. So I think I saw somebody's question that says something, will you love to voucher? I saw somebody that something, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly my thought, but we just want to add it. Okay, so I saw something, how often, there was a question I saw about, will you love to recommend? I don't know who have that. I know I saw it somewhere. Let's just feed our eyes to it. So I know I saw that question yesterday. Oh, a lot of you guys wrote something. This question, yeah, I don't know who have this. Who have this? Sonia, this your gift card, yeah. This your question. Would you like to see regular updates? These your questions are related to when you are doing usability testing. Okay, so let's just add one more question. Will you love to recommend this? Will you love I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this. See, will you love to recommend we have yes, we have no, we have maybe. I'm just going to take this out. Don't need this. So we've created how many questions? So let me see. My responder, no response. So let me see how many questions I've created. So I'll just preview before I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 questions. So now it's time for me to publish this question. So I'll click on publish. You can see that anyone with this link, I can click here, set it. So now you can see that I can set it. So anyone with this, nobody have access to edit. You can just respond with this link. Anyone can just respond. So I'm okay. I'm going to click done. So I'm going to publish it now. So once I publish, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to come here and then copy the link. I can make it short. So once I made it short, I'm just going to come here, copy, and then come to this. Maybe, I want you guys to help me fill this survey, and then I'll drop the link. Now, if you click the link, now I want everybody to click the link and then respond to this survey. Please respond to it so that we can start seeing our answers here. If you notice any error or something that is not in line, please draw my attention to it. Are we on it? I've not seen any response, so yeah, I'm seeing one response. Two. I'm seeing two. I'm seeing two response. Yeah, four. I'm seeing four. I'm seeing five. I'm seeing eight. Wow. I'm seeing nine. I'm seeing 11. 12. 15. 16. Now you can see the rest. I don't know why this is not showing me in form of charts, like the circle form pattern. I don't know if they to set it 18. I don't know if they set it, but you can see that number of persons that says, okay, you passing, because the numbers are increasing. Now, number of people that say, what do you think about food app? You can see that we have, for good, we have 13. For very good, we have just 7. And for the 7, we have 35% and we have 65%. I wanted this to show in form of like a chart, something like, okay, let me open another tab and show you guys something. The numbers are still increasing. We have 22 is increasing. So if you come here, you see that are your experiences with food, or some people, 2 persons say bad, 4 persons say very good, some 18 persons says good. So you can see that here we have different options, different persons selecting their own option. So this is this part. Yeah. Can see that the crypto that who suggested the crypto did not select crypto. Now you can see that many people prefer bank transfer. Here we have card. Here we have 2 persons say USD, 2 persons say wallet balance, cash on delivery. Here we said this, and who said 2 persons said no? Wow. Okay. So we have 29 response. So I wanted it to show something like in form of chart. I don't know if they should set it, but let me show you guys what I mean. Like, so while we are waiting for it to load, let's just look at this. Okay. So we have 31 response. I think it's still counting. This, I think some persons are saying, okay, this is actually load. I wanted to show you guys the way I want it to display, but I don't know if they used to set it with Google Form. I don't know. So this is the response. This is how your question with option is going to look like. If you are now, okay, you've gotten the response. Okay, this is what I'm telling you their experience is very bad though. Like now, let me say the factors that are important to you. People will say, I prefer to check the price, read the description, select multiple options. For the option is actually missing in this English. Then review, cancel order, menu, track order, and then for this, people are telling you this is what they prefer. This one, now if you check this 1, 2, 3, convenience, save time, and quick fast, it will tell you that if you check 17, 15, 18, these 3 numbers that are high, which are the reason why people are ordering food online, because many people want to save time for convenience, and they want to, it's quick and fast. So you can see that you are actually solving a good problem for all of us. But people that say taste and flavor, it's not because they don't know how to cook, but they just prefer to, I'm tired of eating my own meal. I want to test I want to test another flavor. You get? I want to test another flavor. So I'm telling you, oh, for group ordering, instead of going to the market, just for group ordering, you can see that the number of response we got from these three, or if that even added to 19, is actually higher. Then for have you experienced issues with delivery? You can see that people that said yes, this one say maybe 4, this is 8. Now, many people want, but this is where you now have to work with the cybersecurity part, where you have to, implement all this back transfer with, generating with account number on the app. Maybe with working with a Wema Bank, Access Bank, or whatever account number you want to display, and all they have to do is just to transfer money to that. All you have to do is transfer money to that bank account that is displayed. Then, will you love to recommend a food app to your friends, family, and loved ones? 25% said yes, 2% said no. Maybe these are people that have had issues with with food app that are saying no, and some said maybe. These people are just saying, this 7% that says maybe are just going to say, okay, if this app actually works perfectly and they're okay, I'm going to recommend. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to recommend. That was why this is how it's going to look. I wanted it to show other. Let me see if this image is still loading. MTN at the Airtel, please now. So this is, by the way, this was one of my work. So I wanted it to show this pattern. I wanted it to show this pattern, but I don't know why it just show this pattern. I don't know if it's something that you're going to set. I don't know. But I just wanted it to show this pattern. But I prefer this pattern than this pattern. I just love this colorful stuff that Google normally do. So, but I don't know why it does show this pattern. But by the way, we've gotten what we wanted. We've gotten the response. We've gotten the number, the percentage, which is actually okay for us. So we've gotten what we want, and this is, something that you can understand. So with this, with this, you can just come here to copy and come to your fig jam. Let's say this page 1 is, I'm going to rename to, this is going to be questions. So I'm going to request, this one is going to be response. What's going on now? Let me use that one. So this is going to be like response, and this is going to be like, this is going to be user personas. So I just want to rename them for us. So you can come here to, so you can come here to just paste your response here. So you can just come here. So this is what I normally do. So I will just come here, screenshots. So this is what I normally do. If I don't want to go to that app again, so I will just screenshot. Then I'll come here to import image. How are they importing image again? Okay, this I'll have to go out of here to import the image. But what I normally do sometimes is I will just come to so I have it here. I will just come to this place, copy, then come back here and then paste the image. So you can just do it any way you want to do. If you want to, draw the pie chart, the pie chart, if you want to draw, fine. If you don't want to draw, you can just import the image and then add it in your Figma, whichever way you want to do it. So that's it. So the next one that we're going to work on, we're going to work on user persona. So what is this? So we're going to work on user personas. So we're going to work on user personas. So how do we create user personas? What are user personas? User personas is a let me say is a representation or is a display that shows the user's information, personal information, and needs and wants, and also the pain points of a user. So if you choose to create a user personas from scratch, no problem. But we're going to use a template to create a user persona. So you remember we had a walkthrough how to use FigJam. So remember we have a walkthrough how to use FigJam. So what you just have to do is just come to this place here, templates. So once you come to this place, you come to this search bar and then you search for user persona. So once you type for user persona, you're going to have like a template for it. So I'm going to click on this here. And once I click on it, it's going to add the template for me on my Figma Canva, FigJam Canva. This is what I have. So this is how their templates look like, but I'm not going to use all of these. So you can just come here to read about the template, quick tips, and how to use the FigJam and work with it. So we already know. I'm just going to work with the newbie pattern. So I'm just going to take this and this out. So I'm going to use this basic information. So I'm going to take this pattern out. I don't need, so I can just going to take this link. I don't need this link. I don't need my user's personal link. What I just need from them is just their name, their age, their occupation, their location. That is what I just need for them, and maybe a bio about my user. And then I'm going to also have my user's needs and their pain points. What are the goals that my user want? What are the goals that my user wants on this food app, and what are the problems that my user is already facing on this app? So I'm just going to I'm just going to change the arrangement of this. So I'm just going to take this right up and this one here. So I'm just going to move them and bring them here. So I'm going to expand this. Yeah. So I'm going to take maybe 3 sticky notes. You remember the sticky notes? I'll just take these 3 sticky notes, or I can just add my own sticky notes so that my name will appear on the sticky notes. But if you choose to duplicate this, fine. But if you choose to add your sticky note to have your name, no problem. But I prefer, since you guys are all doing one pattern of work, I would prefer you select a sticky note so that it will have your name and it will show that you are the one, and it will show that you are the one that did that stage. I can just take this and just drop it here, or I can choose to delete it. So I have these 3 sticky notes here, and I'm also going to duplicate this. So I just want to reduce it more here, and I'm also going to duplicate this here. So I'm going to change this color to maybe pink or blue. I don't want to use same blue, so I'm just going to use this color here. So I'm just going to come here, take this needs and expectation. So this is going to be like needs and expectation. So needs and expectation comes second, while pain point and frustration comes first, because a user will tell you their pain points and frustration. So it's either you call it pain point or frustration, or you call it it's either you call it pain point or you call it frustration. It's either you call it needs or you call it goals. So what I'm going to use, the general name that we normally use, I'm going to use goals, and here I'm going to use pain points. Now, as a user, so here you can just use the image of the user. So this is what we are trying to create. Let me show you an image of what a user persona looks like. If this is actually going to look, and let's look at this. What is going on? Is it my network? Let me refresh this page. Let me show you what a user persona look like. Now, this is what a user persona look like. This is what a user persona look like. So this is what a user persona look like for a waste management system I did. So user persona is just going to have the image of the user, the name of the user, the occupation, a little bio about the person. Anita is a business lady. This is for a waste management. Anita is a business lady who is always busy with her day-to-day business. She don't have time to look for waste center or which waste center are close to her office. So let me look for a food so that it will be easy for us to work with. So I think I'm waiting for this to what is going on. Let me see. Let me go back to my profile, open it from my profile. Okay, so guys, give me like 5 minutes. Let me open the Figma file itself. Give me like 5 minutes. Let me open the Figma file itself. I can share the Figma file with you guys to just take a look at it. So while we are waiting for it to load, so this is what a user persona look like. The age of your user, marital status. You can choose to add marital status or not. The education, which if you want to, the location, then the goals, and then the frustration. Now for the waste management, what Anita normally pass through is she's unable to find nearby waste center that where to dump her. The hiring of servants. So I just want to use more of food so that you guys will understand. So let's see if I want to open more of food so that you guys will understand it very, very well. So I think I'm going to search for the food app. Food app. So just give me a sec. I want to use more of food to explain so that you understand very well. Okay, so this is it. So let me share the file with you guys. Okay, let me go to resources and drop the. So you guys can come on the file. Let me show you some. So for the persona, this is how a persona look. So this is how it look like. So for a food, so this is how user persona look like. So you can see that this just show occupation, age, and name. Then it didn't add their location at all. So user personas at least must have the image, the name, the age, and occupation, and then the bio, the goals, and then pain points of the user. Now, I just found out that frustration comes before the goal recently. But before, if you check my waist, you see that goals come before pain points. And if you check my food, you see that the goals comes before pain points. But I just found that recently that pain point comes before goal. You know their problem first before creating a solution for them. So this is how a user persona look like: the name, the age, and occupation of the user. Then the bio. Now we have Michael Chinon, so he's 26 years old. He's a front end developer. developer who lives in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. He works remotely and doesn't have the time to cook. And most of the times he forgets to eat. He wish restaurants are close to his house so he can go out to buy food and also be delivered at his doorstep daily. Now you can see that Mike Echinon, so these are the issues that he's having, and you can see that his problem is he's too busy to cook and not able to eat healthy food at noon, having a very limited budget and don't want to spend time in washing dishes. Now these are the four problem is Mike Kitchen also is having. Now let's go to this fine guy that's wearing a hat. So we have Andrew Collins. He's a 32 years old man. He's a businessman. Andrew is a businessman who is so busy with his business all the time. He travels a lot to different cities for business purpose, and he doesn't like wasting his valuable time on other things. And sometimes he doesn't have the time to he doesn't have the time to decide what to eat. This was a mistake. Decide what to eat. And then his pain point is he's always new to different environments, not knowing what restaurants have the most healthy food, and he's not living a healthy life. Now, if you check both of them, you see that both of them are experiencing different kind of problem. And then the goals I created for both of them is for Mike Echino. So what he wants to do is receive the latest information about food and expect on time delivery, and to see food and restaurants rating from users. Now, which is that review that somebody points out, one of the factors to when it comes to ordering of food. Then for Andrew, we have explore new recipe for different food, order anytime from anywhere. Price doesn't matter for good food. Now, these are the if you look at both of them, you see that both of them are experiencing a problem. See, both of them are a problem, but a different kind of problem. And I want to create one solution that is going to work for both of them. Now, if you come to our own, so we want to create our own now. So I don't want us to use this particular pattern. So I want us to, communicate in class. So here you're going to add the picture of your user. So here we are going to add the name of our user. So what we'll be using here is so what we are going to be using here, I'm just going to use my name. So I think I need these guys to shift to this point. Yeah, I wanted to get to this point. So what I'll be using here, I'll be using my name. So I'll be using my name here. So I can just choose to, add my nickname. So this is how it look like. So you can just come here to play around with this. Then for age, so I'm just going to add my age. So I'm going to use a product designer. I'm a product designer. So I'm going to add my location. So I live in Port Harcourt. I live in Pitakwa. So I'm just going to add any information. Do I need to add any information? Let's say my occupation, my age, my location. I think this is okay, except if you want to add maybe my qualification or any other thing. But I think this if okay. So for my waste, you can still add marital status, I add education and location. So let's use let's add this marital status. So I'm single and I'm going to take these guys out. So I think I'm okay with this. So I'm just going to write a short bio about myself. So you can choose to just take this out. You can choose to just place it anywhere, depending how you want to arrange it. Or you can just take this bio. So I think I'll have to take that bio out. So this is okay for me. So So I just wrote down some little short um bio about myself, a short bio related to myself. Since I do that, just add it here. So one of my pain points now I'm having is one of the pain points I have is restaurants, local restaurants or local joints. So I want to hear pain points from you guys, not only my own. So you push your mute. Tell me some of the pain points that you place yourself as a user. Tell me your pain points. So let me hear from you guys.
All right, look at you talking here. You
Yeah.
have a lot of work on your desk, working as a remote worker.
A lot of projects. Let me use the word. Or let's use the word spend hours. Okay. Next one.
You don't like to stand on long queues because they are tiring and they waste time.
Eh?
I said maybe because you don't like to stay on long queues because they are tiring and they take time.
Place your like I'm trying to summarize what you are saying. I'm trying to
Okay, you don't like to stand on queues because they are tiring.
use.
Yes, queues, long queues to be able to order food because they are tiring.
Something like this.
Yes, something like this.
Okay. So what are the goals do you want to create? Okay, so people are still suggesting, so I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this. We don't need this guy, so I'm taking them out. So I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm trying to duplicate this. So let's duplicate it. So where is the duplicate? So let's copy, then let's come here and paste. So somebody is saying what I got versus my pain point is what I got versus what I order. So I'm going to say what I got. So your pain point is what I got versus what I order versus what I got. So another person said something local something. Let me read. Okay, let's see together. So the another person said something local restaurants in my area. I don't like the local restaurants in my area. I want food from a trusted restaurants without having to go there. Yeah. Trust. Let's say so I think one of the goal you just point is so one of the goals. So you added the goals, the pain points. So for the goals for this, I don't like. So place an order. So you want to order. So order from. How am I starting with small letter? Order from a good restaurant. Why am I always missing here? Without going there. So I want another pain point. So I saw one delay in delivering because sometimes you will have already lost appetite before you get the food order. Yeah. Delay.
I think one should quick delivery.
Yeah, then the goal should be quick delivery. Yeah, you guys are not getting it. So this should be like quick. Eat healthy food at affordable price. So let me see. Yeah, so this is like this is like goals exactly. So this is a goal. I just saw this remaining part. I just saw your remaining part message. You're not serious. Then the some people are suggesting goals. Eat healthy food at affordable price. So I'm just going to copy this and bring it here. So this is going to be part of the goal. Yeah, you can see that you guys have a lot of problem. Yeah, you can see. So this is like bank transfer. So instead of using bank transfer, we can just use you can just use Swift, or we can just use, instead of see bank transfer. Now you're trying to say you want only bank transfer, which is not possible for us to just only implement bank transfer for users. So we can just say payment method. So we can use this word and just come here and say Swift payment method. So you can show that no matter what kind of method you want, it will go well for the person. So so we have more. So tell us more goals. I think we need like 2 more goals. New food tray, yeah. It's food spilling, yeah. For this, your food spilling is actually a pain point. Yeah, oh, she indicated it, yeah. Pain point. And this person said go get to schedule. Yeah, hey, you guys are now understanding it. Yes. Okay, which one is 10? Okay, continue. So I can see to avoid, yeah, allow users to track their order, which is actually a good goal. So you can just say track my order. So this is actually, so this is like your user persona. So it should be like track my order. To track my order. So we need more one goal. Okay. All right. Somebody's typing it already. So if we have, yeah, so that means here, this is like a summary of this goal here, this one here. So I want another goal from you guys. Okay. Hey, you guys are not getting it, yeah. So I'm just going to add it here. So for user personas, you can. I love all the answers I'm getting. I love all. Yeah, I love all of them. You guys are not understanding it. Yeah, thank you very much. For Freda, that helped me to write 1 year. You did a great job. Thank you very much. So now you can see that then for year you can just change. You can just change. I don't know why this is running so fast. So yeah, you can just maybe add your name, your information, and then a bio about yourself. Whoever is on the file should just do that. So for user personas, so what we normally, thank you very much. So what we normally do is you can create at least the minimum of creating a user persona is always 2. Maximum is 3. But sometimes I prefer you just create 2. It's more easier, not because of it is what is trending, but it is more easier for you to hear what 2-3 persons are actually saying concerning their pain points and goals. Now remember, you don't create pain points from your head. You don't create pain points for your head. Pain points are created, like user personas are created from the information you've gathered when you are doing your research. That's when you create your user personas. Now, the reason why we just did it here together is just to show you how it is being done. But the normal way is when you've created your interview questions, before you start, now let me meet Kemi the Explorer. Kemi, I'm working on a food app and I would love to ask you some few questions related to food app. Would you love to, give me some response? And she said, oh yes, go ahead. And then you said, can I just get a brief information about you? And she will say, oh, my name is Kemi Akande. I'm not pronouncing your surname very well, sorry. I'm 40 years old. I'm a makeup artist. I based in Asaba and I am single. Oh, sorry, I'm married. 40 years person is supposed to be married. Sorry, I'm married. And then you can just say, oh, I'm a makeup artist that based in Asaba. I go to work, I go to work from 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and I don't have time. Sometimes I have some appointments I need to attend on Saturday and Sunday, and like 10 clients in a day. I makeup used to take like 3 hours, 4 hours. I have 10 clients in a day, and sometimes I don't eat healthy, and which is actually disturbing me. Maybe I have ulcer patient. I'm just sorry you don't have ulcer, but I'm just saying. And then you now said, you now start asking the question, oh, have you ordered food before from online? And you start having question like, what do you think about food app? Have you ever encountered any issue with them? Have you been using any food app? Okay, if you're using any food app, what kind of app have you been using? Can you just tell me your experience with this app that you've been using? Let me hear. And for example, the person will tell you, Kemi will say, oh, I've been using Child Deck. Child Deck is this. She'll just be giving you she'll just tell you her experience with Child Deck. And then while you are having this conversation with her, remember we are working on the qualitative and where she's the one now telling you, and you're gathering your answers from her facial expression, from the words that are coming out from her mouth, from her comments, her behavior, her her opinion, her suggestions. Remember, it's not something that you're asking her to, feel. This one, she's the one telling you. And now you've worked with Esther, you work with Kemi, you've worked with Rukayat number 2. You've worked with Musa number 1, which is the class rep. You work with Isha Musa, which is our client. You've worked with Michael. You've worked with Opeyemi. You work with this person and this person, and then every of these persons will tell you their own opinion or behavior which you've observed, because they are your users, which you've observed. And then this thing that they have seen, now for people that have said, what are the most factors that you love doing, that are all that you look at, or something that is important in food app? And this person, now remember, one of the questions, we work with different suggestions. I say, what are the most important, what are the most important to you when selecting a food? And everybody's saying, check price, do this, do this. These are options from different persons. And now you've gathered this option from different persons, you've added here, and then you now create a quantity where you have to now measure how many persons. Like when you want to count the response from this person, you fill it in Google form and then push it to not the same users again. This is going to be like a random group where you just tell people, oh, I'm working on this project and I need you to fill this one. It won't take 5 or 4 minutes or 3 minutes for you. And then you push the same question, adding options that you got from your users when asking them the qualitative questions. You will add this option to it, because the whole answer I got here, were the response that you guys gave to me. Then you add it here, and then you push it out there, they will fill it, and then you now look at it. Now when you look at it now, by the time they are filling this one, you start creating your user personas with this same information that maybe your user has given to you. But this time around, you're only going to pick 2 users information, maybe a man and a woman, or 2 male or 2 female. Just pick 2 persons, and then you start indicating this person's pain point, because there's no how you will ask me question related to food app, I will not complain maybe 5, 6. Some person will tell you 2, 3. It doesn't have how many number that you must just put. You can put 3, you can put 2, you can put 4, you can put 5, 6. You can just put, and then you create goals that are related to that pain point that the person just tell you. For example, now the pain points I'm having is delay delivering. What are the goals that you want to create for this? It's going to be fast delivery, just like where's an opposite for the pain point, and then you're creating a solution related to that pain point. You don't just assume. So if this person, like now, this person telling you, I don't like the food in my local restaurants, and now I want to place order from a good restaurants without even going there. You can see that I'll tell you my pain point. This is my pain point, and this is my goals. Now I'm having issue with what I order versus what I got. Now that is the pain point, and the goal is I want to order something I order. What I'm seeing is what I want, not something that you guys are showing me. For example, big meat that can cover cooking spoon. That is what I'm seeing on the image, and that is what is on the description. And when the food is delivered to me, I'm seeing a finger bite. I'm seeing my thumb, like not a very finger, a very small meat that you don't even know the size. You are even surprised. You get something like what I order versus what I got. You want, this is the problem I'm having, and this is the goals I'm going to create. So something like that. You get, so your pain point should be, the pain point is there, and the solution and the solution is the opposite. The goals is the opposite. So you don't use solution, you don't use the problem, so the right word as a designer, what we normally use is the pain points and goals. Some person will use needs and expectation. Some person will use goals. So, but the right word to always use as a designer is pain points and goals. Or you can use frustrations and needs. These are the 2 we normally use. If you use any other one, you might confuse yourself, and you might confuse someone who is actually on the file. At a point, you can actually use it, but for now, as a beginner that beginner stage, just use and goals. Okay. with time you start using expectation and need, but for now just use pain points and goals. Okay, so I believe we all have access to this Figma file, so you can just take a look at it. So the next one we are going to create is empathy mapping. Now empathy mapping is like putting your users' mind and understanding them better. This will help to a lot to identify the gap between the solutions and your users. Now for empathy mapping, we have the feel, what your users feel, what your users think, what your users do, or what your users say. Now in this part, you're just going to create an empathy mapping. So we're going to go back to our FigJam. So anybody that is on this file should just fill this information with her or his. Just fill this information. So we want to create empathy mapping. So for empathy mapping, let's see if we have you can use. So I'm going to use this template here. So you can see that Figma has done things for us that is easier. So I'm just going to move this here. So I don't need this one here, I'm deleting it. So I'm going to bring this here. So I'm going to make this to be large, put it here. So I'm going to bring this here. So I'll delete this one and I'll delete this one. I'm going to take so I want to create empathy map. So it's just like a solution. So here is going to be like a shape. Remember, we're just using templates and we are creating it in our own way. So empathy map is what my users feel, what my users think, so empathy map, what my users feel, what they think, what they say, and what they do. So that is how empathy map look like. So empathy map is what does the user say about food app, what do they think about food app, and what do they say about food app. Now for feel, how do they feel about food app? For the I mean for the food app you are creating. So for feel, I feel users feel excited, that feel excited when you explain to them the solution you're trying to create to their problem. They'll tell you, oh, I feel excited. Sorry, this is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be inside the card. So I feel excited. So we tell you, okay, let me use my own and explain so it will be easier. So I'm going to go to my Figma app. So yeah, for empathy mapping, now for empathy mapping, now what do so this let me use this person as Kemi. Now for empathy mapping, this is how empathy map look like. So empathy mapping, we have like 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever number of boxes you want to add, you can add. But empathy mapping is what your user feels about the product you're trying to build. What do they think about other products and this product you have built? What do they do about food app products? And what do they say about food app products? Now, all these are gotten from your research. All these are gotten from this research. Now, once you are done with your user persona, this is how the empathy map look like. Feel, think, say, and do. So if we go to our waste bin products that we have already, let me show you how waste bin product one is all about. So why is not loading? Mhm. Now for empathy map, this is how empathy map look like. So for here, I said this is say, think, feel, and do. You can arrange it no matter the way you want to arrange it, no problem. But just have it in mind that empathy map is all about what your user says about that product that you want to build and product related to the product related to what you are building. What your user think about the product you are about to build, the ones that are already existing, what they feel about that product, and what did they do at that moment. So that is what empathy mapping is all about. So if you go for food, for feel, you feel some users feel excited, some users feel they are afraid, scared, some it's overwhelming, some is anxious, some feels different way. Now for food app, sometimes food app, let me say my own is I've been using child deck, and the only issue I have about child deck is I'm just assuming the only issue I have about child deck is I don't see restaurants that are giving me what I want. I'm just giving an assumption. These are the issue I'm having. And then I feel excited as a user using child deck, which is okay for me. Now, what do I think about child deck or maybe Kemi food app? I think what at that product, what I would think is, am I missing out anything? Will these people deliver my food? Like according to Gochuku, he said, what I order versus what I got. This is what he just think because of this is what he has experienced with maybe with another food app. Now this is where his brain will just carry him and go. You said, I hope I'm ordering this thing well. I hope they will not give me what I order versus what I got. Then somebody said, I want to place an order without going to that place. I want to place an order from a good restaurant without going to that place. Now you can see that this is what this person think as a user. Hope these restaurants they are good. Or hope they have nice meal. Or this is what this user is thinking. Now somebody is saying something about quality and quantity food. Now you can see that this is what this person thinks. This is what this user think. Now, if I keep asking you, say, okay, what do you think as a user? What should I say? What food do I like? Oh, I love fried. I hope these restaurants have party jollof rice. This is what I will say. I want to expect something different from this one that I'm using. This is what I will say. I hope I can select different option of food. I hope this food comes hot, not warm. Somebody said something about food splitting. How did she put the English? Okay, let me go back and see what she said. She said something about food. Like now, she said food tray. Now this her food tray falls under say. It falls under say. Then when it comes to do, something that you know that a user will do is I will compare this app to other app. I will ask friends, so please, where do you guys order your food from? Let me say I'm in my house, and then I'll ask, okay, James, do you order your food from? I'm very hungry. And James will tell you, have you checked out Child Deck? This is what I'm going to do. I will ask friends. I will check this app. Okay, I'll go through my app store. I'll check if there are any food app that I can use in my location. Then I can use the filter button or search button to search for my favorite food. These are something that I as a user am going to do. So empathy map is all about things. It's just more like a map that help you to understand your user in the aspect of what they feel, what they think, what they say, and what they do. So that is how empathy map look like. Do you understand? Do you guys understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So let me repeat empathy map. Empathy map mapping is a map that helps you to understand your user better in the aspect of what they feel, what they think, what they say, and what they do in related to the app or product you're trying to build. It help you to understand your user very well, because all these are going to be generated when, like, it's part of the survey. It's part of the research. Like, you're trying to understand your users. You've asked them questions, so when they're telling you their questions, that's where you now start understanding, or you now start getting your users, what they think, what they say, what they do, and what they feel. Some of them will tell you, oh, I feel so about this app you're trying to use. Okay, let's say somebody recommended an app for me. Check out Child Deck. Now let me use these four things and now and let me make a sentence with this four mark. Now, I as a user, I'm hungry, I'm not living healthy, and I'm very, very hungry. I don't have the energy to cook. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call James and say, James, please, where do you order your food from? The restaurant that is close to me, like, if I can, I will spend like 2.5 to go there. What if I go to that restaurant and they don't have party jollof rice and turkey? So does it mean that my transport 2.5 is just to waste? And then I'll now call friend. I'll now call James. James, please, where do you order your food? And James will tell you, have you tried out Child Deck? You can see that I've asked friend, I've done something, which is the do. Then I'm now curious to know why James recommend Child Deck for me, which is like my feeling. Then I will now start thinking, hey, I hope these people have good restaurants. I can order good food. I hope these people, they are fast in delivering. Then for say, I will now say, hope their meat, their turkey is not, when you order for turkey wings, they'll give you chicken wings. You get? Now you can start. I've used these four feelings, four things to create a sentence. Like, I've actually done something, I've thought of something, my feelings, and I've said something. Hope it's not when I order for turkey wings, so they will give me chicken wings. I've asked friends for they should recommend app for me that I'm going to use. My thinking, hope these people have good restaurant. When I order party jollof rice, they'll give me one house jollof rice. House, not even okay. They have party jollof rice and they have burial jollof rice. When I order for party jollof rice, they start giving me burial jollof rice. I feel so curious to use this app. You can see that I've made a sentence with this empathy mapping. So that is how empathy map works. And you've seen that I've actually used a template here generated from FigJam community to create empathy map. So all I have to do is just to add my image, or not even my image, an image of a user at the center here. You just add it here. For example, let me use the shape. So I'm just going to use the shape and then add it somewhere here. So I will just increase it here. I'm just using shape as an image, but what I'm going to use is going to be image. So you just add it here. And this is how your empathy map will look like. So you have your user personas, you have your empathy mapping here. So you can just come here to add a big text and say, let me use. So here you can just say user. And then you can now duplicate and come here and say empathy mapping. Do you understand? So you can see that all these are now the way you can now understand your user. So you can see that if you skip user research, you see that if you skip user research and you work based on assumption, you see that you miss some important information that are actually a great solutions to that product, to your users. You miss a lot. I'm not saying you're not going to get it right. You're going to get it right, but you are going to miss a lot of important solutions that are going to be very useful for your users. So that is why user research is always important, because this time around you are working because this time around you are working with your real users in mind. You are creating a solution for them. You're working like research is more like understanding your users, creating a nice solution for them, saving time and saving money and working on a budget. So do we have questions to ask? Ask your question. Ask your question, guys. Hello, can you guys hear me? Ask your question.